Hello. First Eps Podcast is back. We watched Dead Boy Detectives. That's why I'm doing that amazing British accent.
Yes, governor.
Nailed it. We watched this new Netflix series. We watched the first episode. We're going to talk all about it. A bunch of other great stuff. My name is Eric.
I'll be Keith.
And this is First Eps, governor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new First Eps podcast. We're here. We got another amazing show to talk about. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll leave that to the professionals.
Which is us?
Oh, no. I was going to call someone else and ask them. But yeah, we watched Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix. But first I want to say, I know you're not known for your accents, but in that intro, man, you knocked it out of the park.
Into what park exactly?
Yeah, it was like
where was it?
And like just an adjacent park, like the parking lot to the right. It was a foul ball, but it was out of here.
Yeah, it was.
And mine was not good either.
No.
Hello. If I go higher pitched, it comes out better.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm a dead boy detective, and I'm here to solve the case.
Harry Potter. Oh,
that
was better.
This is your new baseline.
Yeah. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Oh yeah, you're perfect, Hermione.
Yeah.
Because before you were doing like Madonna when she talks, she always sounds a little British.
Yeah, because she bought that house there. Exactly. That's what happens. You have to pass the British pronunciation test.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about that. We watched Dead Boy Detectives. Now, did you know?
I call it the Dead Boy Detective Agency, but apparently that's not the name of it.
That would be cooler. Did you know what this show was about when I suggested it to you?
Initially or this time?
Initially, when I was like, "Hey, Dead Boy Detectives," you were like, "Okay, I know that," or no?
Did I know that? I don't know. I saw the thing.
I guess
at some
did you
point
think
in time. I don't remember
that
if
it
you
was
showed me or I saw it.
Did you think they were detectives that find dead boys, or they were dead boys that were also detectives?
I assumed they were dead young adults.
Not even
not
boys.
I mean, they look like they're in their 20s.
So that's their agency, though.
We're kind of like stretching the fact that they're boys, but yeah.
Dead young men detectives. That doesn't sound as good.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, they do meet someone early on who does not like the name that much either. The detective agency.
That's a good point, and we'll get into that. What we do here at First Eps is we watch the first episode. And then we come here and we talk about it, and it's just this. It's just us rattling back and forth what's happening.
Our best ASMR kind of voices.
Yeah, and then we do this.
Yeah.
No, but we're going to have spoilers for the first episode, so if you haven't watched it yet and you're worried about that, skip ahead like 15 minutes and we'll be done talking about it.
Oh, we will be already? 15
Probably.
Minutes? Wow.
I don't know, you got a lot to talk about? You got a lot to say?
Yeah.
I like to keep it concise.
My notes, there was a fun out.
Rolled?
Yeah.
Hello, governor.
Yeah. I've got my list of demands here. No, you see?
Shit.
I don't have any.
No, you got to go back to Harry Potter.
I've got my list of demands.
Better. That was like McGonagall.
Yeah, you got to channel her.
All right, so should we talk about it?
Harry Potter.
Or you want to keep doing accents?
No, I don't. It's not gonna get any better. It's just gonna get worse.
Let's put it on a shrimp on the barbie.
Drive
a Subaru Outback.
I think you're always kind of trying to go with these quotes too,
Nailed
right?
it.
That is Australian, yeah. But like, try something that's traditionally is not associated with it here.
Yeah, don't pull anything weird into the picture that people are gonna judge me for.
Here.
Or
read this.
Wait, in British or Australian?
With a British accent. It's not an Australian show.
I know, but I really do a good Australian.
Well, we're not talking about that right now. So no, not that one.
Well,
That's too much.
Hello. What we have here? Oh, what fun!
There you go.
Celebrate the season with wonderful wintry flavours. Treat yourself to something sweet and make the holidays even merrier.
How old is this? The holidays?
It's old, dude. It's good until August, so I don't know where that came from. I literally found it today. I'm like, where did this come from? It has Christmas decorations on the front of it. It can't still be good. I don't know. All right, let's get to this show. I have officially sworn off doing accents for the rest of my life.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's terrible. I'm going to listen back to this and I'm just going to cut a whole part out.
It's just going to be silence.
Yeah.
Or just beeping like you're swearing.
Or I'll put in like a, just a better accent. I'll work on it for months
I'm sure
and then do
AI
it.
generator, right? You just overlay on yourself.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
So make you look like a fool. All right.
I think you could just listen to what I said and it would just be natural.
So the show kicks off with now. So it's been a little while since I've seen this. So and I know you just
I watched it on
recently?
Thursday. I think it was. Yeah.
So help me out if I get anything wrong.
Yeah.
So it starts with someone like screaming, like falling to their death, and then I was like, what the fuck is this show? It was weird because and then they just hop back up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
I don't think I remember that
show?
part.
All right. Well,
I'm assuming it's one of
what we find out
heroes.
It is one of the dead boy detectives chasing after a criminal or someone they're chasing after.
Yes.
And I thought okay, they're just gonna die, but no, they pop back up, and I'm like, okay, what's happening? And then they're chasing this
that World War I guy, right, with the mask on.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got a gas mask on. One thing immediately where I was like, okay, this is great. That happens. Another thing, a backpack of infinite things.
Oh, you love that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's just pulling out whatever, ironing board,
a lamp,
bong.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know if that was in there, but love that part. So they're chasing this gas mask guy, and then another amazing part. They're like, all right, we got to get him. They jump through a mirror to like a different place. So I'm like, already, we're a minute into the show, and there's cool powers happening, not holding back.
No, accents, cool powers, magic bags.
Not enough shows do that.
Just hit you over the head with everything.
Where, they're just like, here, we're doing powers. Yeah. This is what we're doing.
We know instantly this is like not a real world, but it's real world adjacent.
Yeah, it's always like a build up to powers, or they're like saving it for a special occasion. This one right in there. Yeah. And then it cuts back to like yesterday, and then we see that they were hired to solve this case.
Right, and they play that Beatles song.
Yesterday. See, I can do a sweet accent.
That was it, right? Yeah.
They find this guy, they get him, they tackle him, they trap him, whatever they do.
Yep.
And he's got like this, this burned face and his mask and everything is weird.
Yeah. Hideous.
And then, they tell him, it's okay.
Yeah.
Everything's okay, babies.
They rip him off, rip off the mask.
Yeah, and then they're trying to like solve whatever the reason. I guess so. He's a ghost. Everybody's a ghost in this.
Well, not everyone.
Everyone's a ghost. And they're like, quick, we got to hide before death comes. Because now
that's not
that they've solved this. I mean...
no, that is not a ghost.
I mean...
Some other magical being.
So they go and hide.
Unless you know more than I do.
Because they're worried that she's going to take them away. And I was like, this is so cool. I love this. And then I realized... that it's the same death from the show Sandman, set in the same universe, same world as Sandman.
See, I didn't realize that, but I did know it was by
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we get the opening credits, dancing skeletons everywhere.
Yep. I did like the opening credits. That was fun.
Yeah, it's cute. It was cute little skeletons.
Yep. Very haunted house vibe.
And then we meet, officially, our dead boys. Edwin and Charles. And they are interviewing a new client, a tiny little girl.
Yeah.
A little ghost.
She's a ghost girl. She's got a
little bonnet.
And a balloon? What did she have when she was walking around?
Oh, no, it was not a balloon. It was a magical arcane squid.
That was it. That was floating right next to her.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, okay, so not only are we doing powers, but we're doing weird shit, too. Yeah. So I was like, I kept getting more and more invested in this.
It was great.
But yeah, her thing is that she's friends with a medium, and she believes that this medium is now been possessed by a spirit or a demon or something, and she wants them to fix that.
And then don't forget, there's also before her like a ghost nurse.
Yes,
and I love that too. So hopefully
I forgot about that. Yeah, so that was.
I love a good ghost nurse.
I did then, after looking into it, realize there's a show on HBO Max, Warner Brothers, called Doom Patrol, and that's based also on DC comic book characters.
Interesting.
And the Dead Boy Detectives originated on that series. This was supposed to be a spin-off for Max, and then WB had their whole big shakeup, Netflix got the rights to this, and she was also on Doom Patrol. She's the only actress that carried over. So she was on Doom Patrol.
So she may be
now she's on
more.
this. So they believe she will be a main character.
Cool.
She's
very
called
cool.
the Night Nurse.
Oh, I love a good night nurse.
I know you do.
I only know a night nurse from the Marvel universe. I don't know a night nurse from DC.
No, me neither. This was all like I literally just found this out as I was like trying to get more information. Yeah.
Wow. Sweet. This is developing news right here now. First steps.
Yeah. And because I've always been like, I mean, we're comic book guys, but we've never been real big DC fans. So this is all new.
Just because when I was younger, I was more into like X-Men, and so I just kind of started gravitating towards Marvel. But
exactly. So now they take the case. They're gonna go meet her on the subway and try to trick her with
the psychic,
the medium who's possessed.
Right.
Trying to trick her on the subway. They've got disguises on.
Yes, that's right.
Which I thought was funny. Like, let's get our disguises, and then it shows like two weird like full bunny suit guys standing there. I'm like, this is their disguises. And then turns out it wasn't.
Yeah, that was good.
They just happened
very clever.
Yeah.
Now, what would your disguise be if you could be anything?
Great one. Topping hat, monocle, cane, tuxedo.
Oh, fancy.
Yep.
Older or younger than you?
Old. Really old.
Okay.
Because you gotta, set them at ease, let them know you're not. Oh, I'm just an old man with a monocle.
Okay, gotcha.
And then bam, whip it off. I'm a jacked, bearded redhead.
Oh, so wait, so there's two costumes you're wearing?
That was a good one.
It's like a Scooby-Doo thing, but it could have been.
All right, fine. Now I gotta ask you, what would your costume be?
Oh, I don't know.
I wasn't gonna ask.
Yeah,
because you were mean to me.
You were mean to me. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either. I feel like I would want to dress up like what's her name from Penny Dreadful.
I like it.
What was her name again? Eva Green.
Yeah,
whoever she was in that one. Yeah.
All right, that's a good. I'll write that down.
Thank you.
So they're on the subway and they have to like battle. The demon ends up escaping out of her body. And then
but they did expunge her.
They expunged the demon
from her body. Yeah.
And then we're just left with the husk of a person.
Is she a husk? She was fine again, wasn't she?
She had amnesia.
Oh, right. She has amnesia.
And her name
right.
is Crystal Palace.
Oh, right.
Just like a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, I was thinking like Crystal Castles. Like that.
Like a band.
Yeah.
So they're there. They get her. They want to take her back to the house because they can't just leave her there.
Right, and she's American, so she's practically helpless.
Right.
Right.
Edwin, not a fan of her. Charles wants to help her. Wants to be. So there's this rift.
Right.
And
like what are we, like an orphans club now, just taking everybody on?
Yeah.
That's Edwin's point of view.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, Edwin. And then he always talks about, like, he kept bringing it up, like, oh, I was in hell for, however many years. So it's like, all right, we get it. You were in hell. Like, how many times do you have to say it?
Right.
It was like saying, like, oh, I went to Yale, We get it. But this is where, so they're back at the clubhouse, the office or whatever, and the medium, I know this is like your favorite part, her eyes go white.
Yeah, I love a good white eye.
And she's like, she has this moment where she's looking at a missing persons page, and she realizes, she's like, this girl is alive somewhere.
She touches it, she like sees where the person is. Oh, it's kind of like what just happened in our Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
It is like that, yeah. I was looking for missing persons, and then you had a vision. It's the whole thing.
And then I fainted.
She didn't faint. I was waiting for that.
Yeah,
she
there was a faint later on.
Moment. There was a faint later
on.
So it was maybe a delayed faint. So they go to America to try to solve this case of the missing girl.
Right.
And the first place that they go is a witch's house.
Right. Well, they just happen to...
They're drawn to it or something.
Yeah, they find out that there's this house... They look into it, and then unfortunately, the house they were drawn to, they find out is a witch's house. They didn't know it was a witch's house beforehand.
They knew it was witchy.
So happened.
Yeah, they knew it was witchy.
Did they? Oh, I thought they saw the tea kettle on and the crow, and then they figured out.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's how.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
So they go in there. This is where we find out a couple things. They have a weakness to iron, and they can talk to cats.
That's right. Cats can talk fully to them, right?
And they never will let something possess them. So these are, big things that we learn in this
if
situation.
they get possessed, they're worried about that death will sense it because it's something unnatural and a ripple in the something about that. Something about death.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they do this whole thing to try to get some more information. I don't really remember what happened, or nor did I take legible notes. But at some point we do, Crystal does see the demon again. He's there in America, either in her vision or he's actually there. I don't remember. David the demon was his name.
Yes,
because she did have another vision where her eyes went white, but now she's with David the demon, and he's threatening her.
Yes. I was getting confused with the witch and the demon. You've got a lot of supernatural things happening.
I know.
But
this is,
right.
When
this was the demon that got exorcised. Is now back, or at least mentally attacking her.
Yeah.
Psychic, yes.
Yeah. When I initially took these notes, we were going to record this like the day after, and I was like, okay, it's been a week. It's been a week, guys, and I forgot. I should have rewatched it. But Edwin's being a dick this whole time, and I'm just like, really? Enough. Like, you're trying to help. You want to be helpful. You got this detective agency. Right. Be helpful. Go 100%.
Right.
How did you feel about this?
Well, because, they don't help the living. They help the ghosts pass over. Right. So that's what he's saying. He's like, now we're getting a whole new can of worms. I don't know what the term is, but yeah. Yeah. So he didn't want to get into that, and on top of it all, there's this newbie coming in that's like,
fucking up the dynamic.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but then we do get some, a look into Edwin's past. This is in London, 1916, and we see that he was in like a boarding school or something, and all these other kids did this sacrifice, basically. I think they were just joking, but they ended up sacrificing him to hell,
and all of them got burned to hell too.
Yeah,
they summoned a demon. I mean, it's a typical English boarding school experience. We all know this.
Yeah. So, and then we also learned that Charles, something about his parents. What did we learn about his parents?
They're still alive, and he watches them every once in a while.
That's right. That's right. Because I just wrote down Charles' parents, and I forgot what the deal was. So yeah, that's right.
He confesses. He's not, but you can't. He didn't tell that to his partner. Only to the psychic lady who found out somehow.
Yeah, and then David the demon. What was his deal?
The only thing I remember about David the demon is that he came back and said that he's taken her memory. She hasn't lost them. He actually has stolen his memories because there's something that she has that he wants, but he wasn't going to tell her.
Right.
So she's trying to figure out now what actually who she is, and then by proxy, the dead boys are going to try to help her too now.
Gotcha. So they determined that the child is in this witch's house. So this is there's
the enemy of the week, at least. I don't know. Maybe she probably would turn into more, but yeah.
Yeah. So this is the big rescue. It actually says that on the screen at one point. The rescue.
Oh, so cool.
So through a cupboard, there is this giant pit basically in the house, and in it there's enormous snake, unnaturally, like a giant mystical serpent type thing.
Yeah, like what traditionally is down below in your
a giant pit of a witch,
and bones and bodies down there too.
Yeah, and this is then where we meet the witch. She's out front. She's like, "Hey boys, what are y'all doing over there?" And she's got a pipe.
Yeah, she was amazing.
She's smoking a pipe, and she's just
so cool.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a collector of girls.
See?
Yeah, see here, you can't take my girls. She's great. Love this character. And she gets in a fight with the dead boys that are out front trying to, buy time for Crystal to rescue the girl. And she's got an iron cane, of course, weakness to the boys.
Right.
And they get fucking launched.
Yeah.
She hits one and he goes flying.
They get stunned. They turn corporeal for a while when that happens to them.
So Charles figures the only way to save the day is to get possessed.
Well, first of all, that only happened after she was stunned by the psychic girl, which is why the psychic girl faints, right?
Oh, yes.
Because, then she goes after the girl and tries to, grab her, and the girl's like...
He possesses her.
Yeah, no, well, but remember she grabs the witch, and the psychic girl, takes the witch down by,
by grabbing her leggies.
Yeah, grabs her legs and goes into her mind for a second.
So then Charles jumps into the witch.
Exactly, when she was stunned with
That's right,
yeah.
Okay. I forgot about the whole leggy grab.
Because I love a good psychic attack, and I was like, ooh, this is perfect.
It's like, I got you, babe.
Yeah, she did a rogue kind of thing, but she went into her mind. Yeah.
Broke her down.
Yes.
Broke the walls down. Yeah. And then Charles jumped in.
Right.
And
I love a team approach. This is a good team attack. Yeah. The witch didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, and that, bam, case closed.
Well, then the witch went back in the house and said, you've made an enemy today. You won't forget this.
Yeah.
And of course, a witch in her own domain, too, very powerful. So you can't deal with it. You gotta leave it go. Yeah.
But they got the little girl.
They did. They saved her.
And then one other thing. Now, is this a normal thing also in mediums? The power of suggestion, because she told the little girl, forget everything that you
That's obviously
saw
a high.
here.
I only, of course, have low level psychic, so I don't have this ability.
What was your thought when you saw her being able to do that? Were you like,
oh, totally jealous?
Okay,
yeah,
because I know a lot of times you would be like, they can't do that or whatever.
Can. Yeah, they can.
Sometimes
they can. That's canon. That checks out.
And then it ends up with them saying let's get out of here. Let's go back to America or whatever. I mean, London.
Yep.
But my question is, we've got all these characters that we met along the way. Some I never mentioned. There was the medium rents a
fun group of characters, like from a butcher lady.
Yeah, she's renting a room above a butcher lady who's featured quite a bit in this show.
Yeah.
And I would tend to believe that she's going to be there.
And there was that girl across the hall, too, and seemed to have, some mind-changing abilities with...
Yeah.
Either she was in love with her, or she had powers of, rainbows and magic. I don't know what was happening there, but...
Yeah.
There was a...
I feel like I should have wrote this down.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she opened her door, and, it was like... There's
butterflies and, rainbows shooting out.
Yeah. So, and they never focused on that again.
No.
So that was why I was like, okay, so...
That's got to be
just
more.
leaving.
Yeah,
they can't just leave now. No. I feel like it's going to be set more in this world.
Yeah.
So again,
they can travel through mirrors. Could they just go through mirrors to get there? Oh, I guess the
dead boys can. So maybe they will. So maybe the medium will stay there and they'll pop in and out, check up on her. Maybe we'll have some in England and some in America. I'm not sure. This is the problem with only watching one episode of a series.
You know, a lot of questions.
Had we just watched the second episode,
I really wanted
maybe
to.
these would have been
answered.
answered.
Say that yet, but I did want to.
I did as well.
You watched it, didn't you?
I didn't. No, I would have probably remembered more of this. There are 8 episodes available right now. It's on Netflix. They're all out. So yeah, you can watch more. We only watched one because this is the first eps.
Yeah.
And we will give our take on it, our review on it. But before that,
oh god, here we go.
I couldn't really find anything clever that would went with Dead Boys Detectives or whatever, DC Comics, because there's so many DC Comics shows. But do we really want to talk about that? I know you've never seen any of them. Arrow, Flash. So then I was like, you know what? We're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a ton of great TV shows, and I just want to talk about so far the best new shows from 2024.
Okay. The ones that have really caught you.
Yeah, do you have anything that you really fell in love with this year besides ghost videos on YouTube? I talked to him the other day and I was like, have you watched X-Men 97 yet? Because it's I
love that. It was really good, the first episode.
Yeah.
I watched the first 2.
Okay. And this is had been our dream.
And I love X-Men.
Our whole life for this to happen. And you're like, no, I've just been watching ghost videos on YouTube or people going to theme parks.
Ordinary Adventures, and I think it's called Amy's.
Shout out
they're
Ordinary
great.
Adventures.
Oh my gosh, Amy! I'm so sorry. I forget your podcast or your name. Anyway,
I'm not sorry.
It's a really good show, and you're both doing great things. Okay, anyway.
So you haven't really watched anything. No, just the ones the first episodes of
I did watch the first 3 seasons of Schitt's Creek again during a binge.
Okay. All right. It's a great show.
Well, because here's the thing, is I'm never really paying attention to what's on TV. So I put things on in the background, and then I'm usually, honestly, looking online for stuff.
Right, you're unwinding.
I am. So
I get that.
And honestly, the only show I've been watching has been Vanderpump Rules and The Valley. That one we didn't watch for this, but that's a newer one, The Valley, which is a spin-off of Vanderpump Rules.
Oh. What about Vanderpump Villa?
I have not watched that one because that's on Hulu. I don't have that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yes. But go ahead. So what are some ones I'm missing out on?
Some of this is just my favorites.
Fallout. People have been talking about a lot. That's on yours, right?
Yep.
A lot of people have still.
Yep. Yeah. I watched the first season of Fallout.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In my top 5.
I definitely want to watch that one.
Yeah. Shogun.
Has
been phenomenal. That one, so that one, like you, we haven't. I think we're a few episodes behind. We haven't finished the season because that one you have to focus 100% of your attention on it. And I've just been either I want to play on my Steam Deck or whatever.
Yep.
So that one hasn't been,
you want to watch it, you just haven't had the dedicated. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot by myself. And those shows, I watched Baby Reindeer, which is a Netflix series, and it's based on a true story about this guy being stalked and his sexual trauma and stuff like that. It's really starts out as a dark comedy, and then episode 4 takes a crazy turn where he's like talking about basically, you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like a lot of like sexual trauma that he had. Great show.
Okay.
It's probably one of my favorites so far this year. X-Men 97 is my number one favorite show.
Yeah. You've been telling me like you have to watch more
every
of it.
episode,
And everybody has to.
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like it's the best. It's the best thing coming out of
everyone
the MCU since
Avengers. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I will definitely watch it. Right, it's got all. It hits all the boxes. Yeah.
We also watched True Detective Night Country. That's not entirely a new show, but it's a new version of True Detective with Jodie Foster. That was fantastic.
That got a lot of really good reviews too.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was the new Donald Glover
you love him.
version. I can never remember the woman's name in it.
Yeah,
anyways,
she was in the other show. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, great show. That one I watched, like I binged that in like 3 days. That one was amazing. And then one of my favorite shows right now is a show called Sugar. I just discovered this, and I watched 5 episodes in one day. And it is Colin Farrell playing a private detective, and he it's kind of like a throwback, kind of like a noir private detective style, where he's doing this voiceover, like, and then the broad wasn't there.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Yeah.
But he's like a very like good person. He doesn't like to hurt people, and he's like, you know, there's a part where he like takes a homeless person in and stuff like that. He's just trying to help everybody out, and I like that. He's just like all around good guy. And then some notable mentions. Masters of the Air is it's a show on Apple TV about fighter pilots during like World War II.
Okay.
Maybe World War I. The Gentleman is a Netflix series based on a Guy Ritchie movie. It's basically just more Guy Ritchie. It's a fantastic show.
No Madonna in that one, though. We're done.
No Madonna in that one, yeah, unfortunately. American Nightmare was like a true crime type story on
this is you've watched
Netflix.
All these?
Yeah, and this is just the best ones. I watched some real shitty ones, too, that we're not going to talk
That would be for next week.
But that one's only like 3 episodes. That one's just like a story about basically like a woman getting kidnapped, and they thought that the husband did it, and they stopped really doing any research, and it turns out, like, because it was such an absurd story. That one's a fun one. And then Fargo, the newest season of Fargo has been amazing.
I actually thought it would still be
yeah, still good, still, because it's like every season's different, you know? You don't know what to expect.
Does it all take place in Fargo?
Yeah.
Or that region at least?
Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. And those are just like the new shows, minus Fargo, but it feels like a new show every season.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just new to 2024, dude. That's in addition to like all the other garbage I'm constantly watching.
Those are some top-notch shows too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this year though does have I feel like there are better quality shows this year.
I struggled at the beginning too, though. Like I was like last year, I watched amazing shows. I watched like, you know, you had Shrinking and Ted Lasso, and
oh yeah, you love Ted Lasso.
Yeah, and then I'm like, man, I'm really struggling to find like shows that I'm falling in love with. And then X-Men 97, Shogun, Fallout, Sugar all came out, and it
March
was just
and
like,
April really
yeah,
hit,
dude,
brought them.
It was like, and now I've just been really enjoying great television again.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, so it's exciting.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then yeah, there's a bunch more coming. So, you know, keep it here, and we'll talk about the new ones.
Well, what are some of the other ones we're thinking about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You got your eye out there though. You got.
There's a show that I want to do maybe for our next podcast. Yeah, there's a new show coming to Apple TV from a book I read by an author called Blake Crouch. It's called Dark Matter, and it's like a parallel universe type situation. So that comes out May 8th on Apple TV. That might be like maybe for one of our next episodes.
What's it coming out on?
Apple TV.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's a show called Bodkin, which is a darkly comedic thriller. Bodkin follows a group of podcasters as they investigate a series of disappearances in a small Irish town, a case that grows weirder the more they learn.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, anytime there's podcasts featured.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I mean, podcast featured ones are like the new, like, found footage.
Exactly. Exactly. Everybody's got a podcast. Losers. Podcasts are out.
I think they've really they're really having a renaissance over the past couple years again. I think the pandemic popped them right back up again.
Well, that's the thing. So there was millions of podcasts because like people didn't know what to do during the pandemic, and then they all dropped off.
But now they're back
and then,
again.
Like,
everybody's doing it now again.
And now everybody's just And then I think there's there's the actor strike, the writer strike. So like, all right, let's just do a podcast. Like, all right, fine. I'm a celebrity. Someone will listen to me. This is where we need to be celebrities.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what watching these things on YouTube. These people are getting like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 500,000 views.
So you're saying we should do this at a theme park?
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
All
right, we'll keep that. Look out for that episode. First episode at a theme park.
So we'll be discussing this
on a roller coaster, talking about the newest episode of something.
Now that I've never seen. That would be an interesting twist.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that for next time. All right, let's get back to this show, Dead Boy Detectives.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your review. What, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
So out of what we've watched this year, this has got to be one of my favorites. I'm always hesitant to give it 9, but I'm giving it 8.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to give it 7.5.
Okay. Oh, we've switched.
Hey, we did. I really loved it, but thinking back to the ones I've rated earlier, I think I gave Fallout maybe an 8.5 and X-Men, I think I gave maybe like a 9. So I was like, it's definitely up there. It's like, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But I don't want to give it a higher score than
the other ones.
But I loved every minute of it. I thought it was great. I thought the powers were cool. I thought the story was cool. I was hoping more for a mystery of the week type situation where they keep getting new clients. I don't know if that's going to be the way it is because there does seem to be a much larger story.
I mean, I'm hoping it's going to be kind of both.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of the story of Crystal Palace or them running from death and that sort of thing. And then still have new clients and find new mysteries and stuff.
Yeah, like in my mind, it's kind of going to be set up almost like I guess like a Buffy, you could say, or like
or like Doctor Who. It seems like Doctor Who a little bit. Yeah.
So
that
it was great. Hopefully. I love the fact that it had so much magic and fantasy in it just from the get go. There's so many people they picked too. There are already like 2 possible antagonists and 3 if you count Death. Like against the group too, right? And I just like there's so many different ways to take the story that it is very interesting to me.
And what do you think of the boys, our dead boys? Do you like the
actor? Yeah.
So I guess those were the characters that they had on Doom Patrol. The actors for those characters were 2 completely different actors.
Have you looked into it? Are people divided on that? Okay.
People like the vocal people that I've seen have preferred
the original,
the Doom Patrol ones. But I thought these guys were great. I wasn't sure. Like there seemed to be I was like, is there are they a couple? I couldn't figure it out. Is there like this sexual tension between them?
I'm wondering about that too. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. That probably will develop. I would imagine as we go along too.
Because Charles did hit on Crystal a little bit, so at least he's going.
Maybe he's just out there for anything.
Fluid.
I don't know though. It doesn't. I don't know if ghosts have sexual relations.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
They were. I mean, there were a lot of times where they got hard. Not down there. I mean, because they were able to be corporeal.
The iron hit them and they turned corporeal.
Exactly. You get iron underpants. Yeah.
I guess that would help.
I'll write a whole. I'm gonna write a whole essay about how ghost banging.
I wonder why they chose iron as being what would be. I mean,
you never hear about that in all your ghost shows.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Now that you say that, is it called cold iron? They do have. There is some legends that you can put. They're like iron nails. It is iron. It is iron nails above the door, and that will stop ghosts from going in and out of doors to kind of protect your house. It. So, I didn't know it doesn't make them corporeal, but it's supposedly
it hurts.
Banished blocks do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
it's true. It's a whole. This is based on a true story. Dead Boy Detectives.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
All right, go watch the show Dead Boy Detectives. It has our praise. An 8 our average.
Yeah.
All 8 episodes are available on Netflix right now.
Oh man, go run, don't walk.
Yeah, and before you do that though, first go to YouTube. Type in Pop Culture Playground. That's the name of the.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe that stuff.
I know all the lingo.
Yeah, please. And then go over to anywhere podcasts are found. Exactly. You can listen to the audio version of this on the go.
Listen to both.
Do both at the same time. Sync them up. list just to give us the clicks, baby.
And then at the same time, we play The Wizard of Oz
backwards.
And see if we exactly.
Yes.
Tell us what happens because
we on a roller coaster,
right?
And then Instagram, TikTok, well, it's still available. We're out there doing our thing. So check us out. Like, subscribe wherever possible. And we'll be back next week sometime soon with some more new shows. Maybe that Blake Crouch Dark Matter. Who knows?
All right, yeah.
But we're going to work on our accents. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oi, governor! First Eps Podcast.
That's right, we be back.
Ouch.
We be back.
Oh, shit. I tried to roll into it, but I couldn't. I choked almost to death. Almost to death.
I mean, obviously, it was not because of my accent.
No, I wanted to have it again. Hello, governor. First Eps Podcast.
We're back. And we've watched the Dead Boys Detective Academy.
I can't do it. All right, let's just go regular.